Hello beautiful dancer and welcome back to the channel. This video is published during a very special time. Navaratri, the 9 nights dedicated to the goddess. And in honor of these sacred days, I want to share with you a mudra sequence dedicated to Goddess Durga. A way to feel her power, her protection, her fierce compassion through your dance. So, who is Durga? Durga is the great mother goddess in Hindu tradition. She rides a lion or a tiger, carries weapons in her many hands, and she appears whenever the balance of the world is disturbed. She is the embodiment of Shakti, divine feminine energy, fierce, radiant, unstoppable, yet also infinitely compassionate, protecting her devotees and restoring harmony. During Navaratri, we celebrate her in different forms, as a warrior, as a nurturer, as a source of wisdom and strength. And when we bring Durga in our dance, we're not just acting a character, we are channeling qualities, courage, grounded power, and radiant presence. In Indian classical dance, we use hand gestures or mudra as a language of storytelling. Each mudra carries meanings, but it's also a meditation in motion. When we hold a mudra with intention, it's not just the hands, it's the whole body, the whole breath, the whole heart aligning. And even if you are a fusion dancer, you can integrate mudras not just as decorations, but as seeds of expression. They can deepen your improvisation or choreography process, give shape to your storytelling, and connect you with something timeless. Now, the sequence that I want to share with you is taken from an Indian classical dance item, Bharatanatyam item, which is called Simha Sanastite, and it's a kirtanam dedicated to Goddess Durga. The raga or melodic mode that we use in this choreography is called Ragamalika, and the tala or rhythm is called Rupakam. And the choreography was set by the master Adyar K. Lakshmanan. I will share with you just the beginning because it's so beautiful and it encompasses the aspect of Durga as the warrior, but also the compassionate mother, the one who is revered from the gods. She is the essence of beauty, which is revered from all the gods. I encourage you to have a little bit of warm-up for your hands, maybe just opening and closing your hands intentionally with your breath a few times, or maybe a few circles with your wrists, just to bring our awareness into this part of our body. So the first sentence that we are going to express with our mudras is going to say, "O you goddess that rides the tiger or the lion, you are beautiful." And to do so, we're gonna first represent the goddess that is riding the tiger. So the tiger or the lion can be represented with a few different mudras. And today we're gonna have this mudra here called Simha Mukha. I always encourage my students to repeat the mudra because it's so important to memorize the mudra as well. The name of the mudra is very important. So Simha Mukha, Mukha means face and Simha is the lion. And you're bringing the thumb, the medium and the ringy finger together. Everything else is straight. So mudra means seal, and that means that we want to bring a lot of power in our hands and in our fingers. But as I mentioned, the lion or the tiger can be represented with different mudras. So today we're gonna try two. This is one, Simha Mukha, and then the next one is gonna be with all of your fingers expanded and slightly curved. So we always want to project the energy of the mudra towards the audience, because we want to have this conversation with the audience. It's not like a one-way monologue, but it's actually a conversation with the audience and with the invisible world. So always have your palms facing forward, curve your fingers, a lot of strength in your fingers, and this is really like a tiger that is going to attack very soon. And this is called Urna Nava. So if you want to repeat that after me, it's gonna be great. So let's try it again. We have Sima Mukha, or we have Urna Nava. Now, to represent the goddess, which is on top of the lion or the tiger, we're gonna have another beautiful mudra, and it feels it's complicated, but it's actually doable. So just follow me. I will have my thumb extended. You can use your right or left hand, whichever you prefer. So my thumb is extended, and I'm gonna create a kind of a little hat to my thumb with my index finger. And then I'm gonna just release the medium finger down on my palm. The rest of the fingers are creating this beautiful angle, 90 degrees angle. And this is your mudra for the goddess. I'm gonna also make it visible from the front, how it is. Yes, this is your mudra. And this is called Kata Kamuka. Kata Kamuka. It can be used in many different ways. We have several variations, but just for today and just for this sequence, we're going to use it to represent the goddess herself, which of course she's beautiful and complicated, like this mudra. So let's try it again. Kata Kamuka. So now we're going to have our Sima Mukha. And here I will not mirror you, but this is going to be my left hand. So grab your left hand with your Sima Mukha and your right hand with Kataka Mukha. So now that's where things get a little bit spicy. We're going to have two different mudras and powerful mudras. And now the goddess is going to be on top of the lion or tiger. And here is the goddess Durga riding the lion or the tiger. So to do the sequence, just release for a moment, and you can feel there is a lot of heat in your hands, which are like, ooh, awakening to life. So let's have both of our hands, Sima Mukha, coming from the audience towards you, and always remember to have a little bit of distance between your chest and the mudra, because again, this is a conversation, it's not like all for myself. So you're going to walk towards yourself, and then with your right hand, you're gonna switch into Kataka Mukha Mudra and place it on top of the lion. So this is the sentence. We're gonna say, she who rides the tiger. All right, this is the first part of the sentence. Let's try it again. She who rides the tiger. All right, let's release for a moment. Let me add that, as we said before, the mudra is not just a hand and that's it. It's the whole of you. So the storytelling happens with the whole of you being part of the story. So there is this presence of the eyes and of the breath and of the posture. We want to connect all of these dots together, and that's where the mudra becomes a meditation in motion, because the whole of us is present to the gesture. So when we are representing the lion, well, definitely it's not something we have in our kitchen every day, right? It's a lion or a tiger. So you're gonna watch it like with reverence and respect, and also a little bit of wonder, right? And then the goddess, which is draped in beautiful saris with all of her jewelry, shining and powerful, she's riding the lion. We want to visualize a little bit so that we can really access that invisible, which is told with our hands. So let's try it once more, and I want you to try, the more you do, to engage a little bit of visualization and theatricality into it. So the lion or the tiger and the goddess on top. Beautiful. Now, to say she is beautiful, we're gonna have all of our hands opened like fans. We're gonna spread all of the fingers. And remember, we don't want to close the energy at the level of the wrist. We want to project the energy, as we said before. This is called Ala Padma. You can repeat, of course, Ala Padma. And Ala Padma means full blossomed lotus flower, the most beautiful flower that one can imagine, so radiant and beautiful. We're gonna use Ala Padma with our fingers up. We're gonna curve slightly the fingers, so it's not straight, but slightly curved. And then we're gonna roll from the center out, from the center out. Yes. This is to say something which is very beautiful, like a lotus flower that is coming from the center, projecting out. Now again, this is my right side. You're gonna go towards your right and you're gonna project towards the right and towards the left. You can see that I'm using a little bit of a neck movement here. This is called Sundari, and Sundari means beautiful. So if you want to add that a little bit, it's not mandatory, of course, but it adds that little nuance, and it's like you're saying, wow, this is so beautiful. Okay, so coming from the top, she who rides the tiger, she is so beautiful. So again, it's a two-way conversation. You're talking with the audience to the right, to the left. You want everyone to acknowledge the beauty of the goddess. All right, now moving on to the second sentence. The second sentence, we're going to say that even Lord Shiva and Lord Muruga, which are two great gods, are singing songs to her. They are praising her beauty. So to represent Shiva, we're gonna have our right hand with all of our fingers together. This is called Pataka. Pataka, which means flag, but today is going to represent a gesture of no fear. All right, so this is a gesture to say you don't have any fear because I'm protecting you. Okay, and this is Lord Shiva protecting. Always have your elbows to the side, air conditioning on your armpits. And now the left hand is going to have all of the fingers together but relaxed towards the earth. So we have a very strong and powerful gesture here, no fear, and a very soft and gentle gesture here with all of your fingers together facing Mother Earth. And then we're going to place one on top of the other, the right on top of the left. This is extended slightly and shoulders down. So this is the posture of Shiva. Shiva, which is the god of yoga, the god of dance, and it's removing all of the fears of his devotees and also giving the blessing. This is the gesture that represents his power. Let's try that again. Release for a moment. And we're gonna go, boom, Lord Shiva. Yes. Let's try it once more. Release. And boom, Lord Shiva. Beautiful. Remember to have all of your fingers together so that we don't miss not even an inch of energy. We are holding our energy together. So this is the representation of Shiva, and now we're going to represent Muruga. Muruga is the son of Shiva and Parvati or Shakti, which is another name to represent the mother goddess Durga herself. So we're going to have our right hand, all of the fingers together, and the thumb is looking up, like you're saying, okay. This is actually called Shikara, and we're going to use it today to represent a weapon, a beautiful weapon to the side. I don't know the name in English for this weapon actually, but it's a long weapon with a blade on top. I'm gonna write it down at the end when I edit the video. So have it high to the side, like if you're holding this staff, maybe it's the word staff. And then the second hand, we're going to have all of the fingers together and the thumb to the side. This is called Ardha Chandra. Ardha Chandra. Ardha Chandra means half moon, but again, it can have so many meanings. And today we're going to use it to place it on the side of your hip. So this is the position of Lord Muruga, which is a hero. He's a warrior. He's actually the god of spiritual war. So he's riding a beautiful peacock and he goes all around the world to fight demons. So that's why we want a beautiful posture like a warrior, a hero. Yes, release for a moment and we're going to try it again. Lord Muruga. Beautiful. Remember to embody the essence with your gaze, with your body, with your breath. Feel the difference when you're doing Muruga or when you're doing Shiva. Okay? There's a slight difference, and the more you practice, the more you will get it. So let's try once more Shiva and Muruga, and Shiva and Muruga. And we're gonna say both of them are praising you, are singing songs to you. How do we do that? All of the fingers together and joined in front of your mouth, and then opening like a flower, a lotus flower. We already encountered this mudra, which is Alapadma. All of the fingers together, Mukula, Alapadma. Yes. And a little bit of expression of love as you do that. Yeah. Let's try the whole sentence. Yes. From the top. Hands together first, Anjali, which means salutation. Together, your palms in front of your heart, and starting from the lion. She who rides the lion. She who is beautiful. Even Lord Shiva and Lord Muruga are praising her. Yes, remember your elbow lifted. Yes, it brings so much more power to your gesture. All right, let's do that once more, but this time we're gonna have Urnanava. She who rides the tiger. She who is beautiful. Even Lord Shiva and Lord Muruga are praising her. Yes, good job. So let's add the last sentence. And for the last sentence, we're going to say that our hearts and minds are filled with joy in her presence, and she protects us, and we give flowers to her feet. So this is a last sentence to communicate the bond that we can have with this goddess, which is so beautiful and so radiant, but also has a personal relationship with us. We can have this relationship with the goddess herself. So to say our hearts and minds, we're going to use the word chitta, and we're going to place it in our heart. And it's going to represent the heart mind. So the mind is not in our brain, it's in our hearts. This is a little reminder from Indian philosophy. So let's have our thumbs, first finger and second finger together. This is another version of Katakamuka. Remember I told you there are different variations. This Katakamuka, we're going to place it, this is my right hand in front of my heart. And I'm going to create a little circle there. So it's like if I am filling the space of my heart inside. There is some space there. And there is the space for the goddess. Maybe I'm creating right now the space to receive her blessing. Okay? The second hand, what does the second hand? We're going to have Ardha Chandra, We saw it before, behind our back. Yes. So, Chitta, our heart, the mind. Let's have the fingers together like before, Mukula, in front of our heart, becoming lotus flowers all around and coming back to the center. Yeah, so again, from the heart, opening like flowers, coming up to the side and to the center. Yeah, I'm going to do the same sequence a little bit away from the camera so that you can see actually what happens with my hands. Now it's a little bit tight here, but just remember to have your fingers spread as you go up, side and center. So let's do that once more. Our hearts and minds are opening like lotuses and filled with joy at their presence. Yes. Now let's have all of the fingers down and just the pinky and thumbs extended. This is called Mriga Shirsha. And again, it can have several meanings, but for today I'm going to place the right in front of my left and say, when she is with me. Okay? When she is with me. Okay, this is what she does. This is what she does. She gives us joy. So let's try that again from the mind, heart, Chitta. Beautiful joy expanding, Ananda. And this is what she does. And what does she do? What does she do? She protects. Again, Pataka, as we did with Lord Shiva, all of the fingers together, but curved slightly. Imagine you're a little ant and she is protecting you. Okay? So once more from the mind, heart, Chitta, Ananda. Breathe with the mudra directly into. This is what she does. She protects. Beautiful. Now let's have our left hand Pataka facing up, like if you're holding a basket of flowers, a few flowers on top of your hand. And then with the right, we're going to have Katakamka again, first finger, second finger, and thumb together, extending and powerful the rest of the fingers. Grab one flower, which becomes Alapadma, and offer it to the goddess. Grab one flower and offer it to the goddess. Grab one flower, offer it to the goddess, and then palms together and a little bow here. And this is the whole sequence. Let's try from the top. It's gonna be fun. Starting from the first lion, Simha Sanastite. Yes, she who is beautiful. Sundara, Shiva, and Muruga are praising her. Let's add a little detail here. First finger and thumb together into Ham Sasya. And here we can say, she who is beautiful. Like if you're drawing the lines of her curved body. Now Chitta, bring the hand back. Chitta, Ananda, the blissful joy. That's what she does. She protects. And my desire is to give and offer flowers at her feet. And I ask for her protection. So we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna sing the actual song to you. It's Sanskrit, but yeah, the meaning is what we already said. So let's take a deep breath here together. open your eyes. Simha sanhastite sundara guru guha nuta lalite chitananda nadoham vandeham vandeham. Thank you so much. I'm going to show you now how it looks when it's done with the rest of the body, of course, so that you can see the embodiment of all these aspects. Now, how can you bring all of these into your fusion dance? Don't just copy the mudras, but instead hold each gesture as a state of being. Let the qualities of courage, protection, and compassion ripple into your arms, torso, and breath. This way, the mudras are not just added on, but they become poetic anchors in your dance. And as you practice this sequence, notice how your body feels. Notice the shift in your energy. More grounded, more radiant, more present. This is the magic of bringing mudras in dance. And if you want to go deeper, to explore how to integrate mudras respectfully and creatively in Fusion Bellydance, I have a special announcement, which is my Indian Fusion Free Bootcamp. And you are, of course, invited. It's a kind of an event, a 3-day event, completely free, that I only do once per year. A beautiful journey where we'll work with technique, expression, improvisation, so that you can bring more soul, depth and confidence into your dance. You find the link in the description down below. Sign up, don't miss this chance, and come and dance with me. It's completely free. Thank you so much for dancing with me today, and may these auspicious nights dedicated to the goddess bring inspiration and creativity in your life. See you in the bootcamp.